live. Oh, let me tell you, I was live earlier while I was looking for the boat ramp. Uh, I wasted an hour driving around looking for a ramp that I could use. An hour. Drove around to like 5 different boat ramps. By the time we finally, the first ramp I went to was actually the best ramp. I went to another one, and we ended up back at the first ramp we was at. So like we totally wasted a whole hour. But we're on the water. I can't ever see what the camera view and the rods look like in that phone screen. So I always look on a second device to see what it looks like. Let me get out of the way. See what it looks like. I think I need to turn it over a little bit more. Well, you can see too. We can aim it a little bit, get that first one in view a little better. How's that? Now it's a little too much, huh? How's that? Perfecto! Perfecto mundo! Looks good to me. I don't have my top on the boat, so I can actually go higher with the camera. Usually it would be getting blocked by the top. Looks good. Perfect. And guess what? I forgot my trolling remote again. We was out here yesterday with no trolling motor remote. Well, not out here, but we was on the Ohio River with no remote. Hey, we getting a bite. Yeah, that's a fish, y'all. That's a fish. Planter board number 3, fish on. Is he still there? Give me a little tug. Tug at my heartstrings now. Is he there? I can't tell. It's real down. I don't know. Maybe that was just the wind. I don't feel nothing. Maybe it was just the wind. Much warmer today. last night was frigid. It's above freezing today. It's warmer today, but we have more wind. Yeah, well, dang, it's 39 now. Shoot. We're cooking with peanut oil now. Alex LaSalle, welcome in. Chuck, welcome. Catch you later fishing. I thought I seen Lisa in here. Yep. There's Lisa. Chuck beat her to the punch. He was in first. Got 27 folks. Double tap that screen. Share this. Get this out there. We got a drift sock out. I might have to throw a bigger one out, which I don't want to because it's like too big. It's like a parachute, you know. It's just so hard to deal with and even harder to get back in the boat. And then when you pull it in the boat, it's, you know, draining, dripping water everywhere. The one we have now out, I think, is like 24-inch drift sock. The other one's like 4 times that size. We got, let's see, number one's got white bass. Or I'm confused. We got white bass and chicken breast. I think, I don't know. I can't even begin to say, honestly. But one of them got white bass, one of them got chicken breast. Oh, that's a huge arch. Look at that on the screen. Check that out. Now it's elongated because we're going so slow, but that's still a good mark, you know. I shouldn't have fooled with that camera. I got it all good. Got it all good. And then I took the camera down showing you all that mark without even thinking. Ew. I hope them shots ain't coming from that dude right there. That's too close for comfort. Y'all, look at this. What is this leaking in my boat? Look at that. It just started oozing out from under there. I hope it's not my lithium batteries. What the heck? What the heck? I hope it's not my lithium batteries because I jinxed myself. I said I was thinking about doing a review on the lithium batteries because people always do reviews on lithium batteries. They get companies to send them for free, and they do a review, and they've only had the batteries for a week, you know. They do a review, you know, and they only had the batteries for weeks. I had these for going on 2 years. So I can give an honest, true review. And I was just thinking the other day, I'm going to make a video, a true review of lithium batteries of someone who actually owned them for more than a week. And I really hope that's not freaking lithium batteries leaking. I wouldn't think it would look like rust. Oh, I know what that is. That's coffee. That's my gosh darn coffee. Maybe it's not my coffee. My coffee's... What? Oh, it is. Look. I was like, it's not my coffee because my coffee's all the way up in the bow of the boat. But look, it's leaking up there. Dang it. It's going in that crack and it's running down and back to the back of the boat. I'm looking at coffee thinking it's freaking battery acid. And you know why our coffee's leaking? Because I put chicken noodle soup in my dang coffee thermos. My coffee thermos is filled with chicken noodle soup, and I put this, look, and I even wrapped the thermos in aluminum foil because it's one of them Bubba thermoses. It's not as good as a Stanley or thermos brand. I should have known it was coffee because that's all I can smell right now is coffee, super strong. We still got a little bit of our big jug left. We lost some, but I should poke a hole in it and freaking put it over my mouth and be like, ah. Freaking coffee. I never would have thought it was coffee because it's like 5 feet away from where the coffee actually is, you know. And I brought paper towels after I was bleeding so bad last night when I poked myself with that hook and couldn't find a single thing absorbent. Today I said I better bring something to stop the bleeding. I have a first aid kit, but I can't find it. I mean, I could find it if it was life or death, but for that little hook poke last night, I couldn't find it. Skeeter's in the house. What's up, Dirty 30? Got California in the house. There's a new person success zone. Jump in the water. $1 million to my Cash App. We'll do it. If anybody wants to drop their link, you can type DOGAN, DOGAN in the chat, and Nightbot will drop your link for you. I'm glad that coffee wasn't in with anything else sensitive, you know what I mean? Like, you know, tablets or cell phones or battery packs. Come on, fish. See, we're going too fast for comfort. But let's bump it down just a little. We're going 0.7. Too fast for this cold water, but the boat, the stern was kicked sideways, so we had to pick our speed up to compensate. But then the wind died down, and now we're going too fast. 0.4, 0.5. That's better. That's better. We're in 15 feet of water, 36 degree water temp. and we're moving along 0.4, 0.5. Everything's just right, just like Goldilocks. Now we just need a fish in the boat. I still haven't got the Christ in my new net yet. I, I bought a new net because I was catching all these big fish, and I was really struggling with my other net. And then I bought the big net and haven't landed a fish since. I bet you if I threw that net in the water and went back to using my old one, we'd start catching fish again. But once we break the new net curse, we'll be good. Just gotta break that first curse, you know. That drift sock's doing a pretty good job for being a small one. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. It's pulling to the starboard side. The boat, the stern's trying to kick out, this way, but the drift sock's holding it. Not holding it good enough because our planer board is on the wrong side of the boat. What time is it? Time enough to put a bigger drift sock out? We probably should. We'll see. Yeah, I drove around for an hour looking for a boat ramp to use. And ultimately, we ended up back at the very first boat ramp that we left because that ended up being the best one. I am concerned, though, with getting out of here, other than the fact that I didn't use a boat ramp to launch my boat. I used a lake bank. And when I launched, it was dry. And there was like 3 duck boats that pulled out after I launched, and I looked, and it's all wet and muddy now. Is that rod holder loose again? It better not be. It sure acts like it is. It needs tighten. I need to tighten them better. Come on, fish. Got Bill Owens. We got Dame Fishing. What rods are you using? The outer 2 are offshore anglers. Heavies. And the middle one is the white one's a Big Cat Fever. And the reel is a Penn 320 GTI, and the bigger ones are Quantum Blue runners. The BRT 30 XL Quantums. One works flawlessly, and the other one doesn't reel worth a lick. It doesn't reel. It doesn't let line out. I shouldn't even be using it. It's gonna make me lose my PB one day. I got my Blue Cat PB like a month ago, and I almost lost it because of that reel. And then I really almost lost it because I was using a planer board that was made out of a license plate, and the braided line got wrapped around the metal license plate. But I managed to get it in, surprisingly, even with my net being too small. But we got a big net now. Check it out. That wind's killing. Oh, that about blew it out of my hand. What are you fishing for? Yep, catfish, blue cats, flatheads, channel cats. But this lake, we primarily catch flathead or channel cats and blues. More blues than anything. Blues first, channel second, flatheads third. I've only caught one flathead out of here, but I've seen, dozens and dozens and dozens. I've seen 70, 60, 70 pound flatheads pulled out of here. I was here one night, all night. I left it. I was here from like probably 5 in the evening till about 5 in the morning, like 12 hours, all night, nothing. I get home. Well, first I stopped by McDonald's, get me a steak and cheese thing. I'm eating that, flipping through Facebook before I go to bed, and I see this lake's Facebook page pops up, and the dude's he was crappie fishing or bass fishing, I forget, but he's holding a 60-pound flathead. I'm like, dang it! It was like an hour after I left. Dude knocks out a 60-pound flathead. If I would have stayed, that could have been mine. You never know. See, this planer board's planing perfect. The left rod, it's like 30 yards off the side of the boat. But the right one, it's not planing. But it's okay. I mean, I mainly did it just because that middle one is suspended on a balloon. I don't know if you can see it. There's an orange balloon out there. But I didn't want that right rod to get close and get tangled with that middle suspended one. The planer board is not planing out to the side, but it is keeping it away from that other rod enough. So when we reel it in to check our bait, we'll throw a different planer board on. It's very hard to have a planer board that works for all conditions. Like you have planer boards that work at the river, well, they might not work at the lake, Or you got planer boards that work when there's no current or no wind, and they might work great even when there is wind, Dang, we're freaking sideways. Dang it, man. How fast are we going? Let's see. We're fast, and we're sideways. I wish I had two small drift socks, I think that's what I'm going to do. Buy another small 24-inch drift sock, since they're easier to deal with, and just have one off each side of the boat. Because that big one I don't even have a cable to hook it up or a float. I mean, I do at home, but not on the boat. I'd have to take that cable off of that drift sock. Let's see, the wind's coming from the west. It really shouldn't be affecting us that much because it's coming from the west and we're pretty much heading into the wind. But this cove, it does funny things, the wind. Because there's a dam, like a road and the dam. I think what it does is it blocks the wind from the direction it would naturally be coming. Because like earlier when I was first coming into this cove, I was heading into the wind, had the cruise control set on 0.2, and we're going 0.9 into the wind. If anything, we should have been going slower, not faster. Plus that cove and that dam and the way it curves and the there's a point. I think it just plays. Basically, it makes the wind do some funny business. Man, our planer on the other side's playing beautiful. It's about to pass the boat up. Look, it's all the way over there. About to be in front of the boat. And the other planer board's freaking on the wrong side of the boat. But then that one is sitting pretty. But it's still not catching no fish. I'm at a lake in Ohio. One of the Muskingum watershed lakes. Ohio has a bunch of like a dozen flood control lakes throughout the state. They call them the Muskingum watershed. Well, it's part of the Muskingum watershed, which is a series of lakes that are all interconnected, all connected one way or another. Does the rods look okay, or would y'all rather me zoomed in on them some? Because I know on this phone screen, looking at it, they look like they're far away and tiny. Yeah, we were on the river yesterday, and we did no good at all. And I was convinced there's no way. This is a whole separate body of water, an hour away. And I was 100% convinced there's no way we're going to have the same result as we did yesterday on the river. But normally I would have caught a fish by now. But there's several coves. We're not on the main body of the lake either. See, this lake's drained it's like 15 feet low. So the fish could have went out to deep water. But this cove I'm in now, it's been the hot spot to where I haven't even left. Like the past 5 times at this lake, I didn't even leave this cove because we were catching so many fish. I'm not going to give up on it yet. Not at all. Now we are heading straight into the wind, so we might actually be able to slow it down like I want to. Point two. We're going to check the bait on that one planer board and put a different planer board on it because I thought that was a fish. The dang rod just fell. Oh shoot, hold on. Before we check that, we're going too slow now. I think. The planer board got flipped upside down somehow. All right, that one's planing. We can check the bait on this one. We can check the bait on this one. Catfish Fevers and Outdoor. Catfish Fever. You know what I just realized, y'all? The whole 4 people that's in here. I've been having so much trouble with this rod, this reel, with the level wind going back and forth. I should just take the dang level wind off. You know, take the level wind off and just make it a conventional reel, a non-level wind. Because I'm already having to slide this back and forth with my thumb. Fight it. We got bait. See, I thought that was the chicken. I would have never even reeled that in to check it. Yeah, I thought that was the chicken. If I'd have known that was the white bass, I would have never reeled it in and checked it, because that white bass isn't getting pulled off the hook. Not that quick. Not that quick and not that easy. Alright. We switched planer boards. See, this one works real good when there's no wind and stuff. But since we were pulling into the wind, I thought it would help, assist it planing and getting out there, but it didn't. See, we're going to be going through some skinny water too, so I want these planer boards so they're out to the side of the boat, so because any fish we drive over top of, we're going to spook. we got a better chance of catching them when they're 30 yards out to each side. I didn't see your question, Alex, but thanks for answering it, Lisa. Oh, I'm glad I turned forward. About to crash into the shore. Still 15 feet deep. But we need to turn. We're at 240 degrees. We'll change her to 169. That'll turn us and get us away from the bank. Because our planer board will get snagged. Because if we're close to the bank, then the planer board's going to be really close to the bank. I had some gloves on at my house. And I knew I had them on because I had to get a floor jack out of my other truck. So I put these gloves on. I got the floor jack out of the truck, threw it in the bed, drove to the workshop, got the boat hooked up, and as I was leaving, I'm like, where's my gloves? Could not find them. I must have took them off. I don't know why I wouldn't have put them in my pocket if I did take them off. But I knew I arrived at the workshop where the boat was with them on. Because like I said, I put them on to get that jack out of the other truck. I got these other gloves, but they're freaking like winter, bulky old. I'm only going to put them on if I absolutely have to. Oh, it's getting chilly. That wind. What it is we're getting away from the cove and near the main lake. And that is why it's getting chilly. You know what? I'm going to drink some of that spilt coffee before I go getting all bundled up. 16 feet of water. Yeah, see, we're pulling out of this cove. It's getting a little deeper. I wonder if a grown man has ever cried from not catching a fish. Because if I don't catch something today, I might shed a tear. especially after all the trouble we had getting in the water, driving around the boat ramp after boat ramp. And every ramp we got to was worse than the one we just left. If I would have known it was this low, I would have brought my aluminum John boat. Because I can drag that thing across, the freaking parking lot if I have to. .7, yeah, we're going too fast, man. Well, not necessarily, but I've caught catfish at 2, 3, 4 mile an hour trolling. But that was in the summer. When this water is near freezing, I like to be going like 0.2, 0.3. I mean, we could go slow. The only thing is the boat's going to be completely sideways. But I mean, our baits will still be in the water. Yeah, I had to stand on the bow of the boat with a paddle breaking ice for like 40 minutes just to get out of the launch area. Because all around the edges, it's frozen solid. And I don't see how it was froze because boats just went through there like 20 minutes prior. But when I went to come out, it was all frozen back together. Yeah, I felt like the protector. I was on the bow of the boat fighting the ice, keeping it, making sure it stayed away from the trolling motor. I had to break the big chunks up so it wouldn't break the shaft of the trolling motor. But then I also had to keep the pieces I broke up away from sinking from going, and hitting the propeller. Yeah, we're going to slow it down. We'll be sitting sideways, but we'll be sitting sideways as it gets. But maybe that will get us bit. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Maybe. Y'all know what I found out they made? And it was after I ordered this lithium polymer battery pack. They make, you know how iPhones have the wireless charging, the mag lock, whatever? Well, they make wireless mag lock power banks. So it's basically like this, but you just clip it to the phone, magnetic, and you're charging. You don't need no cables or anything. The only problem is, shoot, I never made sure my phone was charging. Yeah. The only problem is they're a little thick, and if this is clipped to the back of the phone, there's a lot of phone holders that won't hold the it makes the phone too thick. It won't hold the phone. But you could always just like rubber band it to the phone and then clip the phone holder to the MagSafe. This isn't one, but they look just like this, but they're the wireless chargers. Shoot, we're charging. Wonder how long that stays charged. We got fishing with Steve. Says, good luck, Curtis. You got some tough conditions. I've had a tough week. Like, I froze on the river last night. I got so desperate last night, I even got the casting rod out. And we were sitting in front of this creek mouth on the Ohio River, prime spot, prime real estate, like a main feeder creek to the Ohio River. And I ank spot locked in front of it with the planer boards out the back. So we had two planer boards and our suspended rig sitting in front of this creek mouth for hours. And then I was determined not to skunk. So I started casting a jig for some walleye or some sauger. I said, shoot, I'll be happy with a little sauger to break this skunk. Couldn't even get that. We did get a couple bites on the jig, but didn't land them. This dude's trolling a pontoon boat in the wintertime. Hope you don't plan on going out, because that ain't happening. Not on the ramps I just left. But yeah, it was real cold last night. It was in the 20s. Tonight, now it's in the high 30s now. So, like, it's not that bad. And I got a heated jacket if I need it. Actually, I even got bibs. I got my coveralls. I don't even have them on. See, we got the coverall. Well, not coveralls, overalls. They got the straps. They're not like the coveralls are like the suit that you get into. You got the shoulders. These are the overalls, but they're insulated. They're thick. That's why I didn't put them on. I was sweating, and I didn't want to be out here wet. Cause that's just asking to get sick. Be out here sweat soaked. I'd rather be a little chilly, dry, than wet, sweat. Because ultimately, that you might be sweating and warm for an hour or two, but ultimately that wetness is going to lead to being cold, especially when you get near sundown. I got the lady to change her appointment today for that transmission flush. I didn't call her last night because it was like 10 o'clock, and I couldn't call a customer that late. So I called her this morning. I said, we can do it either like now or tomorrow, anytime you want. And she chose tomorrow. But we still got out here late because everyday troubles. I had to change my hitch, put a drop hitch on the truck. First, I couldn't find the drop hitch. I didn't know if it was at home or at work. Then I finally found it, and then I couldn't find the key to get the hitch pin out of the receiver. Then I found the key, and then I couldn't get the freaking hitch pin out because it was rusted. And then after I finally got the hitch pin out, I go to grab the ball and pull it out of the receiver. Guess what? That's frozen and stuck too. Well, it wasn't frozen. It was like rusted. So I had to go get a torch, heat it up for like 45 minutes. And then as soon as I started heating it, the torch ran out of fuel. So I had to go back to work and get another bottle. And this was all just for the hitch. That was just like one problem we ran into today. But like I always say, hey, we're here. We made it. We're going to make the best of it. Gonna make the best of it. And I got a thermos full of hot noodle chicken soup. Hot noodle chicken soup. Chicken noodle. Hot chicken noodle. That's why my coffee was leaking everywhere, because I got chicken noodle in my thermos. Coffee thermos. Well, I don't know if I should pull this cove again or we hit the main lake or go to a different cove. We got about 10 different coves we can pick from. And the water's down so low to where these fish's real estate was cut in half. I mean, there are whole coves that are bone dusty dry. So, like, the places the fish could be, like, I figured, in other words, the fish should be condensed, packed into areas. Because there's some coves that are totally empty, miles of, coves drained and empty. So the fish, there's less places for them to go. Fishing with Steve, no, we did not get anything. Small water charters in the house from Florida, nice and toasty. He's probably got his feet in the sand. Got him up on a chair and wiggling his toes, trying to get the sand out in between them, huh? While we're up here in the north, shivering. Nah, it's not bad today. It's above freezing, so last night we were on the river and it was 20 degrees. So this 30-degree weather feels like a warm, what do they call it? Not a warm front, but a heat wave. A heat wave. Justin says, just got back. The Danger says, hi. Hey, the Danger, welcome in. Never seen you before. Glad you could stop by. We're out here on a lake in Ohio trying to catch some blue cats. Rob Wilson with the, what is that, a penguin crying, waving by? I never seen that emoji. Hey, Small Waters, you do any fishing today? Any bass fishing? I want to see that 60-pound cat. Oh, that flathead? It wasn't me that caught it. I never caught a 60. The biggest I caught was 40. 40-pound flathead, 40 pounds and 40 inches. How easy is that to remember? 40 pounds and 40 inches. That's about as easy. I'll probably remember that for the rest of my life. 40 pounds and 40 inches. Until I catch a bigger one, then I'll forget it. But no, even if I break that flathead PB, that's just so easy to remember, 40 pounds, 40 inches. That one I think I used as a thumbnail for my live stream last night. Because I was on the Ohio River, and that's where I caught it. And I believe if I used a thumbnail last night for my live stream, it was that 40-pound flathead in the bow of my boat. It didn't even fit in the bow of the boat. Its tail, it was laying long widthwise in the bow, and its tail was, curved. Its head and its tail was curved in like a U shape. And I got it sitting on a 36-inch bump board, measuring it, and its tail's hanging past like 5 inches. If you're good with math, you're probably thinking, well, that don't add up to 40. That's 41. But I have fish grips in its mouth, so its snout wasn't flush up against the bump board. It was like an inch away. So its tail was hanging like 5 inches off of it. But you can see in the picture. I almost was going to bring my walleye gear. case the cat bite was horrible. Because right here, this dam, you can catch saugeye, big ones, 20 to 30-inch saugeye. I don't know if I should turn around and drag this cove again or go elsewhere. If I turn around, I'm chasing ghosts. Because, like I said, past 5 times here, I never pulled out of this cove because all the fish were caught in this cove. No need to leave. No need to go anywhere else. But we just pulled out of it and didn't get anything. I want to go back through it because it's always been so good as of late. But I'll be chasing ghosts at that point because, or chasing memories, whatever you call it. Because we just drove through it and didn't get a bite. I really didn't see. I think that ice broke my freaking sonar. Because look, the whole time that's been on my screen, I mean, the top is surface clutter. You know, the very, very top purple line, that's surface clutter. But that other stuff, that should not be there. Them other 3 purple lines, because when we pulled out of the bay, I had to stand on the bow of the boat with a paddle breaking up ice. And I could hear it crunching. I was trying my best to keep it away from the trolling motor because there's a transducer on the trolling motor. And we were freaking crashing through like ice. It was like a half-inch thick. And usually I don't have to make any adjustments with this thing. I just put it in the water and it's good to go. But all that clutter, I feel like I messed up my transducer by dragging through that ice. I don't know. Decisions. I don't even see any birds. Actually, I do. A couple, but usually there's a whole slew of them, making all kind of racket and swooping down and hitting the water. And I'm not seeing any of that. There's a couple gulls. 3 gulls. And I don't even know if I can get through up there. Skeeter says, I'm back. Skeeter's back. Back again. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that 40-pound, 40-inch flathead, that's an old one now. That's from summer before last. So we're going on 2 years. I did just break my blue cap PB like a month ago from last summer to this summer. I beat it by 1.5 pounds. I'm even thinking, like, is this the same fish? But I thought about it, and I'm pretty sure a blue cat would gain more than 1.5 pounds in a year. I don't know what they would gain, but I would think it would be more. I don't know. I would think they'd gain at least 5 pounds a year when they're. But now if they're tiny, like 10, 20 inches, then they would probably gain 1.5 pounds a year. But when you're talking a 30, 40-inch fish, I would think they would gain more than a pound a year. Shoot, there's I said there's no birds. There's sure a bunch of crows or something. There's like 50 of them. But them are the birds that circle when they're, when someone's dead or something's dead. We slowed down, point 0.3, point 0.4. Let's try to see if we can get it down to point 0.2. I don't think we'll get it to point 0.2 because cruise control, it goes from point 0.2, which is 0.2 of a mile per hour, but the next lowest setting is 0.09. So it goes from point 0.2 to 0.09. 0.09 will probably be moving backwards. I don't know why it jumps, why they don't have a speed in between point 0.2 and that's pretty drastic jump. They should have something in between point 0.2 and 0.09, like 0.15, You might even be able to custom put them are just like the preset settings. You might even be able to put your speed in there, like custom manually enter your speed. I don't know. All I know is I forgot my dang trolling motor remote 2 days in a row now. I used to always tie the trolling motor remote around the bow rail. I'd, loop it around the railing of the boat, and I would put the remote on the inside of the boat, just hanging on the inside of the boat. Well, 2 times now with these windy conditions, the wind caught the trolling motor remote and blew the remote outside of the boat. So I was driving down Interstate 70 with the remote outside of the boat, banging off the boat in the wind for an hour. And I'm like, there's no way this thing's going to work anymore. Sure enough, it still worked. Then I get home one night. There's the remote again, hanging outside of the boat. I'm like, I got lucky once. There's no way this thing's going to work now. Still worked. But after that, I started taking it out of the boat and putting it in my truck. But now I keep forgetting it in the truck. Yeah, see, that planner board's not planning. And that's weird. We're heading into the wind. I got the trolling motor set on 0.09, and we're still going 0.4 into the wind. If anything, we should be going slower than 0.09. So, I mean, this cove, it does with the dam, the wall, the road, it's elevated, and it makes the wind do some funny stuff. Because you'd think having it set on 0.09 and you're going into the wind, you would naturally go slower. but we're going faster. Now we're going 0.5. Oh, you know what? We could be going 0.5 sideways. I never thought about that. We might not necessarily be going 0.5 head on straight ahead. We could be moving 0.5 dog walking on an angle. We might not be going 0.5 this way, but we're going 0.5 that, sideways. But see, we're going 0.8 now. What the heck? See, one problem is, ouch, I don't have my drone murder remote, and I got to control it with the stupid screen, and that is very difficult to do. Woo, 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 woo. Has anyone in chat ever used the DJI mini mics that connect to your mobile phone? DJI, they make the normal size, the big ones that are like 1 inch by like 3 inch. They're like a couple $100. But I seen they make a DJI mini, like a little 1 inch cube, and you don't even need a receiver. It connects Bluetooth through the app. There might not even be any people in here to answer the question, but I haven't looked to see how many people's in here. It says there's 4 people. Well, out of you 4 people, has anyone ever used the DJI Mini? You know what? The boat's wanting to turn to the starboard side. I keep trying to get it to go left to the port side. It keeps going this way. I'm just going to let it go that way. We'll make a turn and pull back through. I still can't believe I thought coffee was my lithium batteries leaking. We're still leaking. Well, we're not leaking out of the cup, but it's leaking out of that bag still. I might as well drink that coffee while it's warm. Because it's not, if that cup's leaking, it's not going to stay warm. It's probably already cold. Y'all ever see these? They came out with COVID. Came out like cool turtle. You put them under your face mask, but it keeps your face mask from getting all wet. I don't even know if they probably don't even sell them no more since COVID. Off the rocker, they were selling these My Turtles. It's like a little turtle shell. You put them under your mask, and it creates a little pocket of fresh air so your face mask don't get all wet. They're pretty handy, pretty nifty. And I didn't buy them. I found there was a whole pack of them in the car that I was junking. And I found a whole pack of them, and I'm like, what the heck are these? My Turtle, cool turtle, what? And I looked online, and found out what they were. Dang, that's a lot of freaking, I don't even know, vultures, crows. There was so many birds at this lake one last summer that showed up on the Doppler radar. People thought a big storm was coming, and everyone was freaking out. And it ended up being birds, migrating birds. They landed here at this lake, and when they took off in the morning, it showed up on Doppler radar, and it was mistaken for a storm. Like people thought like a tornado was coming. Yeah, never buy one of these Bubba mugs. They freaking leak. We had a bite, y'all. Oh, our planter boards are going crazy. We need to pick our speed up. Dang it, I don't even think I'm going to be able to correct them. I was trying to get some coffee. Are we tangled? Oh, well, surprisingly, we're not tangled. But the boat, man, I can't get it to freaking go the right way. I hope that duck hunter got some ducks. He just emptied his whole magazine. It's like pow, 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 pow. We had a bite on the middle rod that's suspended. It was right when we was turning around. So that tells me we need to be going slower. Because when we were turning around, we were pretty much stopped. That wind's trying to blow the dang phone over. And it very well may. There we go. That's better. The sun's in the camera now. Let's see what the picture looks like. Well, dang, it's chilly out here. I see exactly why this Bubba mug's leaking. It's not the where you drink at it's leaking. There's a little breather hole, and that's what's leaking. And it's barely warm. It's not cold, but it's not warm. Bubba. It might be good for keeping drinks cold. It's no good for keeping anything warm. Yeah, I was deciding. I only have one thermos I knew that keeps things hot. And I had to decide, do I put my coffee in my coffee thermos or do I put my chicken noodle soup in my coffee thermos? Well, the chicken noodle soup might not have leaked out of this thing because it's thicker. You know what I mean? But my chicken noodle would be cold. Hey, the wind died down some. Yeah, life is good, but life is hard. I think that's might be what I get on my gravestone. Life is good, but life is hard. Always seems like it comes in spurts too of hard times or things, days that just don't, it's like they compound one after another. It's like you have a bad day and then that bad day turns into like a second, third bad day, and then bad days turn into bad weeks and weeks into months, and I'm not even really talking fishing at all. I'm just talking in, life in general. But when I worry a bunch about stuff, it seems like things always turn around. Like a problem always goes away or fixes itself, or if it's money I'm worried about, money starts coming in, and it's always things are always rough, but they always work out. But when you're in them down times, it's hard, to be hopeful and think that hey, it'll work out. All a person does is, worry. And once you get to worrying, you worry more. And then add the holidays to it. Good gracious. See how many people's in here. 6 people. Here's I want my channel to be more about fishing, you know what I mean? Here's a good one for y'all. everyone in chat, and everyone participate now. Type something in chat and be honest. Something you did, and it doesn't have to be today. It could have been yesterday or last week. But whatever, what's the last thing you did that you wish you didn't do? Like, say you're faced with a decision and you don't like the decision. Like, here's one for me, for example. I was at the store and I bought another case of Mountain Dew, and I shouldn't have did that. I gotta quit. I gotta quit the sugar. I gotta lose weight. I gotta get healthy. And I freaking bought a case of Mountain Dew when I knew when I was at the store, I didn't want to do it, didn't want to buy it. When I got home, I was mad that I bought it, but yet I still did it. But that's just an example. But what's something y'all did? What's something you did and you wish you chose differently? And then whatever that is, people in chat, they can question you. They can ask you about it. Like, in other words, people can help we can help one another. Accountability is what I'm trying to say. Like me, there's no one to tell me, hey, don't buy that case of Mountain Dew. There's no accountability. So it makes it even easier when you're tempted to choose wrong. Like 2 weeks ago, I went to the casino and I knew I should have only took like $20 with me. I knew it. I should have only took 20 with me, but I didn't. And I ended up spending like 4 or 5 times what I wanted to. That was a very poor decision. But again, no accountability. There's no one to say, no one to chew me out, no one to nag me, no one to say, hey, you know. Let's see if anyone said anything. Rob Wilson says, I've never been to a casino. Trapper Scotty in the house. How you doing, Scotty? Hate losing too much to gamble. I hear you. It don't have to be a casino. There's got to be something. Every single person in chat. What's the last thing you did, or a decision to where you chose the wrong decision? To where you chose and you wish you chose differently, or did differently, or said differently, or acted differently. Like, say you punch someone in the face and you knew you shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, I've given several examples. But what's the last thing you did or said or acted to where you wish you chose a different decision? To where you're faced with 2 decisions and you choose the one and you did not like it. You knew you should have chose differently, but you didn't. We're completely sideways. But we're going 0.4. Rob Wilson says, I did eat too much hot bean dip yesterday afternoon. It caught up with me this morning. Was there anyone there to say don't eat that hot bean dip, Rod? You know better. You know better. You know you're going to pay later. Don't you be eating that. That middle one's acting like. I think it's just the wind. These fish could be like in the middle of the lake because all the surroundings, the water levels drop. There's coves that are completely empty and closed off now, and the water's going down, 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 down. So you would think naturally the fish are just going to congregate down, 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 towards the middle. We're going to drag. We're about halfway pulling back through this cove, and if we don't get bit, we're going to head out to the main lake. I don't want to because of the wind, but that may be the price we have to pay to catch some fish. This coffee is still freaking running to the back of the boat. I done used a half a roll of paper towels. I don't see how it's still leaking. Yeah, I thought my lithium, anybody that came in here late, I'm looking at this rusty brown liquid on the ground leaking out from under my lithium batteries, and I'm like, oh man, my lithium batteries are leaking acid or something. It was freaking coffee. But it was coming out right from under, pouring right out from under the lithium batteries. And it looked like rusty, like rusty. I don't know. I thought my lithium batteries cracked and was leaking. And then I realized it was coffee I was looking at. There's a dude up here in the corner. He must be on some fish because he was there when I first got on the water. And he's still there. Just sitting anchored. I should have my binoculars out, looking like. Nah, it wouldn't even matter. He could be catching fish and I wouldn't go up near him. I've never done that in my life. Because I'm always convinced and positive and confident that I can find my own fish, And I know they're out there. It's not like all the fish in the whole lake or pond is at this one specific spot, So I'm always positive I can do my own thing and, find my own fish. Yeah, we're definitely going to be off the water before dark today because that boat, you can't even call it a boat ramp because I didn't even use the boat ramp. I went in the mud and the rocks next to the boat ramp. Weekend before last when I was out here, I was worried big time about getting the boat back on the trailer. And it ended up not being a problem at all. But this time, I'm very worried. Not only worried about getting the boat on the trailer, I'm worried about getting the truck out of the lake. Because I had to back the trailer into the lake. The ramps were not usable. We're moving perfect. 0.3. This coffee's sitting so cold. I'm like forced to drink it. I don't mind cold coffee if it's summertime, but drinking cold coffee when it's cold outside, no way. I've been buying for years too. I'm like what do they call it? A connoisseur, like a cigar connoisseur, but a coffee connoisseur. I've been buying actual beans for years, and special grinders like burr grinders, and grinding my beans. Buying big sacks of coffee beans and grinding them. So I've been doing ground beans for years, and for some reason I quit buying them and just went back to making drip coffee like Folgers. And I bought Folgers for like, I don't know, I probably went through like 3 things of Folgers coffee. And then I was at the store and Folgers was like way more than Maxwell House. And I bought some Maxwell House thinking they're the same. And let me tell you, they're not. Maxwell House is nasty compared to Folgers. And they both were the same. Just plain, medium, roast, original coffee. And that Maxwell House, I don't know. It don't sit right with me. It don't taste right. But that Folgers, man, y'all ever eat something or drink? Man, see, that's driving me nuts. You eat or drink something and it's like contaminated with like, I don't know, like perfume. I ate some slices of bread last night. And when I was eating this bread, it smelled like perfumey. And it tasted like funny too. Well, I'm drinking this coffee and I got that same taste, like smell. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than like perfumey smelling. Like, I don't know what the heck it could be. There's nothing in my bags that are, there's nothing in my bags that smell like that. Or like, I feel like someone sprayed perfume in the air and I have my tongue sticking out, like, I don't, I don't understand. It's like it's like contaminated, like with perfume. Like, I just dumped that coffee out because it tastes like perfume. Man, I think even the bottom of this thing's leaking. Cause look, there's like that little plug or hole, and it's got coffee coming out the bottom. It is. Look, it's pouring out of there. It's pouring out of there, and it's pouring out of the top. If littering wasn't a thing, I'd be chucking this in the goddamn lake. See, I was thinking that maybe the perfume taste was coming like the insulation inside this cup, like the mug. If it's leaking through the bottom, then the insulation's probably getting like the foam It's probably getting in the coffee. I need to drink something. Like, I feel like I got straight, but it's not that, because I tasted this smell when I was eating bread last night on the boat, and I didn't have this. I didn't have this mug with me last night. And what's weird is the bag. I got 2 bags in the bow of the boat. Like, I don't know, 2 fabric bags with handles. But the bag with the bread that I ate last night that tasted like perfume, the coffee is in a totally separate bag than the bread. So I don't even see how whatever it is that got on my stuff, I don't see how I'm tasting it in the coffee that's in a totally separate bag. I don't see how I'm tasting it in the bread and the coffee. And I didn't have the, I didn't have the coffee with me. Like, I didn't have the coffee mug with me last night, and the bread tasted like it, but then the coffee in a separate bag tastes like it too. Oh, 6 feet! Dang, dang, dang! We're getting shallow. We're about to be wrecked. I'm over here putting so much thought into this cross contamination. We're about to get beached. 6 feet of water, which means our baits and planter boards are probably in 1 foot of water. Man, I thought a thread was hanging off my hat, and I just realized it's not a thread hanging off my hat. It's a freaking eyebrow. It's a very long eyebrow that the wind is blowing in front of my eye. Look at that sucker. You can't see it, but I think I can hit it out. That's just a snag. You got a bubble cup like that, Scotty, and it don't leak? I got two of them, two identical ones, and I thought that the one that leaks was just bogus. So I got the other one out, thinking it was a fluke, and the other one leaks worse than. Yeah, the second one leaks worse than the first one. I gotta mute it for a second, y'all. I put my chicken noodle soup in my coffee thermos. At least I know my chicken noodle soup isn't leaking, and my chicken noodle will be nice and hot. Yeah, and them Bubba cups, I never even used them. Like, it's not like I had them for years and then they started to leak. They leaked from being brand new. Well, we're heading towards the dam, the mouth of it. We're gonna drag past that one more time, and then drag past that one more time, and then we're gonna head out to open water. I'm gonna check the bait on this one because it's just chicken breast, and that stuff comes off pretty easy. I actually need to check the middle one too because it had a couple pecks. If I skunk 3 days in a row, I think I'm gonna change my channel from a fishing channel to like a arts and craft channel, because skunking 2 days on the river, that's no surprise. But to come to this lake, the best lake in like 100-mile radius of me, so to skunk here too, yeah, I think we're gonna change to arts and craft. Arts and crafts. Chicken's still on there. I hope that ice isn't frozen solid when I gotta go back through it, because my plastic paddle I was using to break the ice, it barely was breaking it. There's a bunch of times where I, jammed the ice and the freaking, it was like dunk, didn't even break it. Thought I was gonna break the paddle. Well, might as well check this middle one. I don't want to take my hands out of my pockets, but I got two. No, it's caught on my drift sock. No, get off there. There we go. We got all three baits still. That's crazy. This balloon, I got the knot tied tight as I can, and it's sliding way too easy. I have to tie another overhand knot. Oh, that should help a little. It's still sliding. I must have some chicken grease on there or something. That's still bugging me, whatever that perfume taste is. It's on my bread and on my, it was on my bread last night I ate, but it wasn't as strong. I ate the bread, but the coffee, I had to pour that crap out. It tastes like straight perfume. All right, we gotta look ahead. That sun's glaring off that water so bright, I can't see a dang thing. All right, we're at 278 degrees. We need to turn. 187. That should do it. What the heck is that clicking? Something. Oh, shoot. Our planter board is over there. I turned us too sharp. I'm not used to using this drone motor without the remote. I should have put batteries in that foot pedal. I've never used it though, really, the foot pedal. I tried once and it was so hard to press. I like had to stand on it with all my weight. And I put it up and never used it since. I'm not even seeing no bait. I just realized I should have just left this cove as soon as I didn't see bait like I usually do. We need to find warmer water. It's 36 degrees back here. But I figured in this shallow cove it will be warmer, but this is where the most ice is too. So, yeah, it's shallow and warms up quicker, but it also freezes quicker, you know? That's not a bite. I don't think it's a bite. The planer board is trying to pass the boat up. Maybe there is a fish on it. Now here comes the gulls and the birds. I do wonder what that guy's fishing for. I'd say crappie being where he's at, but I haven't seen him move or jig a single pole. It looks like he has him casted out. Y'all see that Ulta Beauty commercial? That hair cutting like beauty boutique, Ulta Beauty. I don't know if they got them where y'all are at, but around here they do. They're called Ulta Beauty. There's this new commercial where these girls, these ladies, all like 6 or 7 of them get trapped in an elevator, and they're all at the mall, and they're all carrying Ulta Beauty bags. And this girl drops her bag when the elevator gets stopped, and all of her stuff that she just bought spills out, makeup and perfume. And while they're stuck in the elevator, they all start painting each other's nails and doing each other's makeup. And they're spraying perfume on each other and spraying it, spritzing it, and saying, "Smell this." I'm like, I'm watching this commercial, and I'm like, if I was in that elevator stuck and someone sprayed some perfume, we're fighting. Like, in a little enclosed place like that, and you're spraying perfume. I mean, I know it's just a commercial, but you got to keep some base of touch with reality, commercial or not. But yeah, they're stuck in the elevator, and they're spraying multiple different kinds of perfume. I think anyone, guy or girl, would lose their mind if they were trapped in a little elevator and someone started spraying perfume. It's no fish caught, but it's still a nice day out here. Yeah, it's windy, it's cold, but at the same time, I'm looking out across this lake, and I'm thankful. Thankful God allowed me to wake up today and get to enjoy this moment, this day, and just hope get to do it again tomorrow. But I ain't giving up yet on the fish. But like I said, it's just nice to be out here and breathe fresh air. We got some dark skies rolling in a little. I mean, the sun's going down, but see, you can't always trust the birds. Cause look, can y'all see all them birds flying all different kinds, gulls and crows and hawks and vultures, and there ain't nothing. Yeah, I wish my sonar. I think I messed my sonar up on going through that ice. Cause look. I mean, we always got that surface clutter line at the top, but look at all that other stuff on the bottom. And I got my filters on and surface clarity low, all them purple lines. That was never like that until today when I went busting through the ice. See, I didn't use my gas motor because this ain't a metal boat, it's fiberglass, and I didn't want to go busting through the ice with the, you know, if it was metal, I would just go blasting through it. But I didn't want to blast through it with, fiberglass and gel coat. Holy cow, look at all them birds. Dang. Look at them. I bet you them are the birds that made the look at all them. Last year there was these migrating birds, and there was some of y'all might have already heard this because I said it earlier, but there's people in here that might not have heard it. But there were so many birds that I guess they were migrating, and they landed and spent the night, but at sunrise they all took off, and they showed up on the Doppler radar. People in here, everyone around here was freaking because they thought a big storm was coming. But then the meteorologists in the area realized that it wasn't weather, that it was birds. They were so thick, they showed up on the radar as a storm. Man, I hope them ain't the vultures, the black vultures, because look, that's right where my truck's parked. Those things will freaking rip your windshield wipers off, try to rip your antenna off. Any weather stripping you have, they'll peck at until it's gone. Like I've seen them. I don't even know what they are. I call them turkey vultures, but that's not what they're called. They're these big black birds. They fly, but they usually walk and hop and like they hop around like a dang Easter bunny. And I've seen them total a car. They pull the wipers off, pull all the weather stripping off, uh, like just everything. All right, we're about to go a path. Go a path that we ain't went yet. We're gonna shoot out towards the main lake, but to get there, we're gonna go a path that we haven't pulled yet. Oh shoot! I forgot this spool was open. That bail's been open for the past 20 minutes. The triple hook rig is a mile back. I'd reel it in and get it closer to the boat, but that balloon, if I do that, pulling on it, the balloon's going to slide down the line, and then my depth's not going to be set right. Kevin's at the river. You on the bank? I never asked if you're a bank or boat fisherman, Kevin. I hope you have better time than I had. I was on the river last night, didn't catch anything, and it was freezing. I mean, I still had a good time. Anytime on the water is a good time. And when you catch fish, it makes up for being cold. But when you're cold and you don't catch no fish, it can be a challenge to keep your spirits high. You know, I wish it had more time. Because, like, if it was summer, I would try to catfish for about another hour. I'd try to catfish for like another hour. And if that didn't pan out, we would troll some Rapalas or some crankbaits or some flicker shads, and we get on some white bass or walleye. The port planer board is 100% on the starboard side. The port planer board is actually planed out further than the starboard planer board. The starboard board is like 15 yards from me, and the port board is like 20, 25 yards. I don't even understand. I don't even see how it could be that far. Like, did it get flipped over or something? Like, I think it did. Yeah. Yeah, somehow it got turned around. And it's about to be stuck in the dang drift sock. Come on. How does it get turned like that? It's all jacked up. That's why it was on that's why the freaking port board was on the starboard side, because it was tangled and backwards. So yeah, it's still backwards. What is going on? Did I put that board on backwards? I don't know if I put that board on backwards. I don't think I did. It was working just fine earlier. Somehow it got twisted backwards. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time like this. No matter what I do, this board don't want to go on the side it's supposed to go on. Yeah, that sun's about down. About an hour, and it will be out of sight. You know, the only comfort I'm finding right now at the moment is thinking, well, at least I'll be home at a decent time tonight. You know, them nights you don't get home till 3, 4, 5. That's rough. Almost. I'm not a captain, at least not yet. Eventually, because I do want a guide, because I don't want to work on cars forever for a living. But I did. I almost promised a catfish. It was on my lips, but I said I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. I'm not gonna get that. I think I said something like I'm almost ready to get crazy. Say something like I promise we'll catch some fish today. But I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But I almost did. We're gonna. I'm still convinced we'll catch something. Like there's daylight in the sky. There's fish in the waters. What is up with that planer board? Like I know the sterns kick the port side a little, but really not at all. Because you can tell, because my drift sock, it goes out into a Y on each side of the boat and goes to the middle to the drift sock. You could tell which way that your stern's kicking by how tight and how loose the line is. Like my starboard line has a little bit more slack in it than the port line. So that means the stern is kicking out to the port side. You can also tell by even without a drift sock, my triple hook rig on that balloon back there, it's favoring the starboard side. So see, even now it's moving even more. So our stern, as we speak, is getting kicked out, that way. And if you're just drifting, like Mother Nature's drifting you, then that don't matter. But if you're trying to keep a path or a course with a trolling motor, then it's good to pay attention to this stuff, because you can make corrections before it gets, so off to where it's hard and trouble to correct. You can correct before you need to actually, correct it. And you're like, oh shoot. And when you're pulling planer boards and got one out the middle, then all that stuff matters, because you get tangled. But at the same time, it doesn't matter if you're not catching any fish. None of that stuff matters. See, if we had more time, I would reel everything in right now. We would cruise with the gas motor, looking at the sonar screen, looking for a good spot. And when I say good spot, basically bait. I haven't seen any bait balls. I seen one bait ball when I was launching, getting right on the water at first. But other than that, I haven't seen one cluster of bait. So the bait has moved. I should have really put 2 and 2 together before we fished the spot for 2 hours. But like I said, this cove has been like the Magic Kingdom. We haven't had to even leave this cove to catch fish the past 5 times here. So that's one reason I made the mistake and stayed in this cove for too long. Sorry, y'all. I'd rather blow my nose than be sniffling every 5 seconds. Yeah, we're rounding this point right now. Sometimes it produces fish, sometimes it don't. But we're about to find out. I'm actually glad that planer board is not planing, because look how close. Well, you could probably see it in the background, but see how close we are to that bank. If that planer board was planing like it's supposed to, we would probably be getting hung up. Yeah, see, we're moving faster sideways than we are forward. Another reason I might not have seen any bait is, like I said, I could have messed my transducer up going through that ice. I was trying to break the ice with a paddle, so I wasn't breaking the ice with my transducer and trolling motor. but it was hard to keep up with breaking that ice. There's a couple times we crushed the ice pretty good with the trolling motor. But I wouldn't think it would mess the transducer was like, a foot below the ice. But the problem was when I was breaking the ice up with the paddle, as they would crush the smaller pieces, those pieces would go under the water. So we could have hit it with the propeller. I don't know. If my hands weren't cold, I would be up on the bow fooling with that screen, making adjustments, trying to see if I can get them lines to go away. It's like surface clutter, but in the middle, in the bottom of the water column. Yeah, that's a beautiful view, ain't it? So much for my poll. Will chicken breast outperform white bass? You gotta catch fish first. Look, now that the duck hunters are all gone, the ducks come out to play. They're like, we haven't heard any gunshots for about an hour. I think it's safe to come out. Actually, all the birds are coming out now that the duck hunters left. Hey, you know what? Once we get the boat on the trailer, because it's only going to be like 5 or 6 o'clock, we might do some fishing from the bank. Because I feel like I did last night. Last night I said we are not skunking. No way, no how. I am not going to accept the skunk. But as the night went on and the colder and colder I got, it got to a point to where I was happy to accept the skunk because I was so cold and just wanted to go home. But I feel that way again now. It's like I'm not ready to accept a skunk. But with the boat ramp, well, the lack of boat ramp, the problems we have launching, there's no way I want to do it at night. Because, like, I couldn't even back down the boat ramp. I had to back next to the boat ramp. Collaboration of curiosities. Says it looks cold out there. It's a bit not bad. I'm just bundled up, so I'm not cold. You know what I'm saying? It's above freezing. So anything above freezing to me, that's not bad. See weather. It's probably like 33, 34, 35. 38. 9 mile. Yeah. That seems about right. I was gonna say I question that 38 degrees, but add that 9 mile an hour wind, and that feels about right. But yeah, it's not too bad. Now last night I was cold because it was in the 20s and windy, and I was out there for like 5 hours, and I wasn't dressed. I wasn't prepared to fish past dark last night, so I wasn't even ready. If we fish from the bank though, I'm definitely putting these overalls on. The only problem is they've been out here in the cold, and putting these on, it's gonna be momentarily freezing. And I got a heated jacket I bring with me, but like I never use that thing. I always say I don't use it because I don't want to have to charge the batteries back up. That way, if I don't use it, then next time the batteries are already charged. Plus, if you use a heated jacket, it will really mess up your tolerance for cold. You know what I mean? All right, we're officially headed into the main lake. Well, not really, but kinda. The main lake is like that's an island where them trees are. It's a little island, and on the other side of that lake is where the main lake begins. This is all still like a cove, basically. Yeah, this is all cove, but we came from that cove back there, which is like a secondary cove, which comes out into another cove. And then once you get past that island there, that's an island. Once you get past that, then you start getting into the main lake where it really opens up. But this is all area we have not pulled yet. There's one boat ramp I tried to get to today. Well, you can't see it. Where's it at? Oh yeah, you can see the railing, but it was bad. That was the third boat ramp we went to, and it was worse. Every boat ramp we went to, it got worse and worse and worse. And then I ended up back at the original boat ramp. So I wasted a whole hour, probably over an hour, driving around looking for a boat ramp to use. And we ended up back. You want to talk about kicking yourself in the keister? Drive around for an hour and you end up back where you began. Oh, I'm talking Fahrenheit. If you're saying yikes to 90, 2 Fahrenheit. What's the wind there? 0 mile an hour wind. I was gonna say, man, 2 degrees. You're talking negative wind chill. Yeah, I don't think We've seen 2 degrees around here, but it's not the normal. Like if we see anything close to zero, it's only like 2 or 3 times throughout the year. But we're usually sitting. I'd say the average for wintertime around here is probably like 15 to 30, 15 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't like when it gets into the teens because if you add the wind chill, then you're talking single digits, and that's when it becomes a little uncomfortable when you're not used to it. The wind's actually stopping. It's not that bad out here on getting to the main part of the lake. See, the more the water temps down to 35, the more we get to the main part of the lake, the colder it gets. You would think that the bait fish and the fish would be back where we just come from, where it's a couple degrees warmer. Yeah, I wish I had more time because, like, I'm convinced, I'm convinced that with more time, I could find the fish. I could find the bait. I could find the fish. Like, I'm convinced that we could find a spot to where the rods are going down and I can't even keep them all in the water. Like that spot exists somewhere on this lake. Like there's a bridge. Where's it at? Yeah, that bridge over there. I don't know why, but that cove is always like 10 degrees warmer than the rest of it. I should have went there. We should have done a bunch of things, but we didn't. But we should have went to that cove. When I seen this cove had no bait in it, I should have went to that cove that's always warmer. Being that it's that close, they could be there. I wonder what the barometric pressure is. I'm curious. I had to delete the weather bug app on my cell phone for because I was running out of space. It wouldn't let me do anything. Why is it not picking? You can save your current. You can save your current location to your list of saved locations. Okay, let's do it. Privacy location. I'm trying to get this weather app to where's privacy? Trying to get it to display the current location. There we go, privacy. Locations. Where's weather bug? Weather bug never. Why is that on? While using the app. Okay, now it should work. There we go. Pressure. Yeah, it's not low. It's high. Could be higher, but it's not low. Let's see, pressure 30.07. Yeah, I always found it crazy how when we're going into winter, they're going into summer. Or when we're going into spring, they're going into like fall. Whew, my hands are cold. I shouldn't have been fooling with that tablet that long. I got some hot hands at home, but I kind of been saving them. I probably shouldn't be saving them because they probably don't even work no more. Because I've been saving them for like a year. Look at that sky. It looks like a paintbrush painted them clouds, like airbrush, you know? They look airbrushed. Don't they look like they're airbrushed? Some weird clouds, aren't they? The way they're staged and shaped. You know what? I don't even know what to say about being muted because I'm pretty sure I muted myself about an hour ago. And I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure I've been muted for about an hour. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I wish you could just take that feature like off. Like change it to what icons appear and reappear. And you could just take that mute button away. I'd be better off. Well, I was going to say I'd be better off not even using a microphone at all. But even if I wasn't using a mic, I'd still be muted if I hit the mute button. Why is that doing that? Oh, because we picked our speed up. Like I said, I've been wanting to my line's in front of that planer board. I'm trying to get it to go past it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I've been saying I want to make edited videos. At least doing edited videos, I'd be able to go home and, look at the stuff on the computer and see if I have sound or not. Look. Finally seeing some stuff on the screen. That's the first. It's not much. It's pretty skinny. Don't think they're catfish, but at least it's some sign of life. Where are you at on Ohio? I'm on one of the Muskingum watershed lakes in Ohio, like eastern Ohio. I really wouldn't say people call it northeast, but I consider northeast like Akron, Youngstown, like up that way. Like I'm closer to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania than like anything else. My town's so small I don't ever even try to tell people the name, or I always just say Pittsburgh. Everyone knows Pittsburgh, especially because like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like basically, I'm in Ohio, but there's no big towns near me, so I use like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or Wheeling, West Virginia. But even Wheeling, West Virginia, there's a lot of people who don't know where that is either. Now there's a big arch on the screen now. Actually, there's a bunch of good stuff. Look. That could be bait, though. It's hard to tell when you're going this slow. Scotty says, let's go. It's got scales. All right. Man, look at that sky now. It's even crazier. There's something hugging bottom. I can't tell if that's bait or a fish. The way it's like a perfect arch. Well, not a perfect arch, but the way it's an arch shape, I'd say fish. It's crazy how the water even looks pink, you know? See, if we were walleye fishing, this would be prime time. Like right now, this is golden hour. That's usually when the walleye bite is the best. Well, we're up to 0.8 mile an hour now. I am about to reel them in though, and just book back to the boat ramp with the gas engine, and then yeah, I think I might fish from the bank for a little bit. Cause like I said, I'm determined to catch a fish. Although, well, yeah, I was gonna say where I bank fish at normally by the boat ramp, it's all frozen ice. But I know another place. I know another place I can pull and fish. I don't have any rod holders, but there's some rocks and stuff. We should be able to do something. What sucks is I don't have any rods that cast any good. I got a little that king cat rod I was casting last night with the jig on it. That casts good. It's got braid. It's like a little 6 or 7 foot rod. Cabela's king cat that they used to sell. It's got a Bass Pro Formula reel. It casts. It's a open face spinning reel. It casts all right. But we can cast that, and I could probably just do overkill on the weights on the other ones that don't cast any good, because they're trolling rods. They're for, flip the bail open and let the line get pulled out. They don't cast worth a lick. But if we put a couple ounces of extra weight on them, they'll cast some. Man, that sky's really pink now. Look how pink it is now. Yeah, I'm gonna reel them in and then start the gas motor up and get this thing on the trailer. Oh man, I don't even want to think about if. Cause it's almost dark. Well, I do that all the time. I say I don't want to be somewhere at dark. I don't give myself enough time. Try to get as much fishing in as I can, and next thing you know, it's dark. But this time, it's really bad. And what I'm worried about is all the duck hunters that left here pulling their boats out. When I backed my boat down into the mud, the bank, it was dry, like dusty dry. But when I walked back to my boat to get on it, you know what? I wonder if I can cast this thing. Let's see. Not much, but we might just leave that bait on it. It might cast if I put a bank sinker on it. Yeah, y'all, I might start an arts and craft channel. Change my channel from a fishing channel to an arts and craft channel. Because I'm starting to forget what a fish looks like. The only fish I've seen in a week is the fish sandwich I ate Friday. Yeah, I'm going to get this boat out of the water. Drink me some of my chicken noodle soup that I got in my thermos. I bet you it's still too hot to even eat. Yeah, I got one of them old thermoses. And man, them things hold the heat. I can make coffee, and if I don't open it a day later, it's still too hot to drink. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. I wish I didn't have that dang drift sock out there to fool with, you know? Not charging. No surprise. Alright. Come on, Drift Sock. It's too cold to be fooling with me. No sense in putting this net away. We might need it if we catch some fish from the bank. I know that's kind of like a laughing matter at the moment. Alright. Yeah, that can be like an inside joke. You know, we might catch some fish if we catch a fish later. That can be like a running inside joke. Alright. Woo, trolling motor's away. Dang it, I should have pumped that I forgot to pump that primer ball. Oh shoot, where's my keys? Come on. I need to rebuild this dang starter. Almost. Almost. Oh, we had it. Dang it. Did the ice melt? I don't see no ice. Wow. When it was up to 39 today, it was up to 39, and most of the ice melted. There's some by the bank, but it's nothing like it was. We got to slow down so we don't. Oh, dang it. I don't want to slow down that much. We're going to crash into the ice. I can't get the boat started. Come on, come on, come on. No. Come on, baby, start. No. I didn't want to hit the ice that hard. We're breaking through it. Yeah, straight ahead is where we got to load the boat. right where that car is parked is where we have to back down. But I'm gonna end it, y'all, and I'm gonna drink some of my chicken noodle soup. Well, I guess I can keep it rolling. Yeah, we gotta back down right there. There's a cinder block on the bank. I'm gonna tie the boat too, because I beached it, but I don't trust the wind not to kick up while I'm getting the trailer, and then kick the stern around and break me off the bank. But there's half a cinder block we can tie to. That'll keep the boat from taking off, you know. All right. Yeah, I should have got off the water about 20 minutes sooner, because, and see, when I launched, when I put in the water, I didn't back the boat up enough. The trailer wasn't in the water enough. But I successfully got off the trailer. Now, I don't know if I should do it you know, back in as far as I did last time, because I know it works, or back in further. Because if I don't back in further and don't sink the trailer further, I'm never going to get the stupid trolling motor over the bow roller. Y'all probably sick of hearing about that dumb problem, but I already know it. That deer, go poop. Oh shoot, there's a bomb heading off to the right. There's like be a man. Oh, four low. I guess that's a good thing for getting out of the water, but it's not a good thing for driving home. I can't even make a stupid turn because we're stuck in four low. What happened was it never came out of wheel drive when I lucky how my mic died. What's new? What's new? As long as I can get this boat out and it don't take an hour, I think I'm gonna fish in the bank. I'm gonna eat me some of my chicken noodles and stars, or stars and chicken noodles. Determining what direction we go. I'm steering and it ain't making no difference. The ice is deciding which way we go. Yeah, look. Look how low the freaking trolling motor's down there and the bow roller's up there. That's the problem we deal with. And launching from the bank amplifies that tenfold. We're like a foot. But what I'm gonna try to do is hook the cable up, pull out some, and hopefully when the bunks get under the boat, it'll raise it up some. At least I hope. backed the boat up like 5 more feet into the water. But I'm scared to get that close to the edge of the lake. What I'll do, because then now the problem is the trolling motor, the steel cable is pulling against the trolling motor. So as soon as I pull out, it's going to rip the trolling motor off. But I'm going to tie this rope. I'm going to use this rope instead of the trolling motor, or instead of the steel cable. rope is stretching too much. The trailer's coming out, but the boat's not coming out. We might be able to pull on it with the cable now, at least without it pulling on the trolling motor. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's still not going to clear the damn dowel roller. See, it's freaking still below. I'm hoping when I pull out, the trailer, the front comes. I did bring tools with me to take this off if I have to. Put my knot tying skills to the test. I just pulled the whole way to that boat. See if I can get this knot out. I'm so glad I stopped and got gas, because we had to ride around for an hour looking for a boat wrench we could use. And now I'm sitting on this steep hill. catch 0 fish. Yeah, this is the ice. It's not that thick. It's about 3/8 thick. Like, it breaks. Oh wow, look at under the boat. Look at this piece that was under on the boat trailer. Now that's thicker. That's about a 1/2 inch. Here soon we'll be able to ice fish. Imagine one of these chunks flying off on the highway, back on somebody's windshield. Here's an even thicker piece. They're all stuck underneath the trailer. That one's tight. I need to fix these guys. Alright, boat secure, and that was easy. And that was easy because my center console T-top is currently sitting in the bed of my truck. I took it off. Well, I'm gonna end this and then eat some chicken noodle soup, and then we will fish either from here or another spot. But we're gonna do some bank fishing here shortly. Anybody that's in here. Yeah, most people around here put their boats away. You got the duck hunters, they'll come out in the winter. Couple fishermen, not too many. But yeah, I used to sit home on the couch all winter. I thought you couldn't catch fish in the cold weather, and I thought catfishing was just a summertime thing, and then about 5 years ago I learned that you could catch fish in the winter. Actually, it all started with walleye. I got put on to walleye fishing, and yeah, never looked back. But anyways, it says there's only 2 people in here.
probably 0. But I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna eat some chicken noodle soup and find a spot to bank fish and go live and again here shortly. Probably like 30 minutes tops. Maybe we'll catch a fish. Anyone that watched and bared through it, greatly appreciate it. Definitely helps my watch hours. Y'all be good. Catch you back in a little